Don't let them, sis, all over you today. And you can see the wild magnificence that is my hair. A couple of things today. First thing, please, to everybody who has donated, a wonderful big thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm facilitating the funds to pay for the recovery and healing retreat and everything that Queen needs. That's happening today. So please, you can stand down. Thank you so much. Any money left over will be given probably in the form of vouchers or a treatment of some sort for the marshals that were caught up in the Auckland mob. Kia ora, lady. Morena. Another random live just to update everybody. The fundraiser has finished. And if you have given, please be assured that any extra money will be going to the healing and help and care of the Auckland Marshals. Sarah, darling girl, kia ora. Look at my hair. Told you, my hairdresser friend who first took charge of my hair when I was 19, John the hairdresser, he told me this is where my horns were cut off when they sent me up. They sent me up. So you can see it's everywhere. I have everything's been done for Nan, and I'm hoping to meet her over Easter and just give her some face-to-face awhi and tell her how we love her and of all the people that have helped her. So as I say, and if there's any lingering doubts of what that money's going to, for the third time, we'll be sending vouchers of some sort to the other marshals who were caught up. So I'm going to read something I transcribed today. It's from a movie I watched on free speech here. You can, woohoo, thank you, XX. And yeah, thank you, Furious Female, all you wonderful women. It was overwhelming. The majority of it came in a day and a half. So thank you all. I've titled this free speech, Is It Really? Because Jonathan Ayling of the Free Speech Union here has done some good work, except he got to his knees and doubled down on protecting drag queens to be pilloried by everybody. Well, everybody who's still awake. Yeah, he doubled down and then he tripled down. As Trixie said, he got himself a digger. I think she did. So just watch this film I had free access to as a member of the Free Speech Union. Thank you, Terry, for paying for me last year and helped me out of my difficulties with Plod, did the Free Speech Union. So I'm letting you know that, you know, I do hold these people in regard, some regard, being a cynical bastard. So in this movie, there's this chitter-chat round the table, and it was interesting. There were no tangata whenua, but anyway, Ayling of the Free Speech Union about the hate speech laws here that got climbed down. It actually happened on my birthday this year when Sis Hipdick announced that they would stop the Free Speech Union, sorry, the free speech hate laws, the hate speech laws, sorry. Trying to read my messages. I'm not back on Twitter. I've had over 20 accounts now. Twitter hates me because I just, you know, one person on Twitter said to Eli Rubber Chicken, he was going on about how wonderful tomato juice was for wrinkling and saggy skin, and someone said to them, well, pour some on your balls then. So in this movie about the climb down of our government and the state of free speech, they had a speaker come over, wonderful man, in defence of free speech. So they're in this chitter-chat round the table, and Ayling says we can use free speech to counter disinformation. And then they come in, have this chat with these other people. There has been an uptick in Māori turning to Islam. And so they're consequently another minority. And this is a quote. I transcribed this. It says, the censorship regime interesting choice of words. The censorship regime that's been put forward is also in favour of protecting their minority voices as well. That's tangata whenua, people of the land, but also the Muslim Māoris who are a minority. And then this fella there does on a absolutely based response. He just goes, you talked protecting their interests. It's not protecting their interests. It's actually prosecuting people who criticise their religion, which is something that free speech has always been essential for. Criticism is not violence. Violence is violence. Words aren't violence. Cindy Hardon, our Prime Minister who fled the building because of her things go better with lifestyle, telling the United Nations that words are violence. They're fucking not. The look on Jonathan Ayling's face, he said, I mean, I'm quite serious. I don't think you should use the jargon of the enemy. And that's us too. That's why we need to keep our words staying put as women. Ayling, his backpedal pushes, he was backpedaling hard out. He goes, when did I say protecting their... You said, so they're also interested in law that protects their culture, protects their religion. Protects? Aileen tries to interject again. No. The way that the law works is that you're prosecuting using the power of the state, the police power of the state, to attack people who criticise religion. And criticising someone's religion in politics has been a right at the heart of achieving anything. Where would we be if we hadn't been allowed to complain about kitty fiddling priests? And he says, don't use their language. It is essentially sanitising the abuse of police power. That's the hate speech laws in New Zealand as they were written. And that is Jonathan Ayling getting his ass handed to him because he thinks that the instrument of the law should be to punish people for wrong things. So fuck up, Jonathan. I've already told you to fuck up. Sorry, I shouldn't swear so much and then I won't get an adult rating maybe. Do you like my antenna? Someone asked me if I identify as an alien only on Tuesday afternoons. Don't miss Vludelhoffen me. So anyway, this defence of free speech, it does need to be firmer, but less about the prosecutorial nature. You know, looks like somebody's had a bit too much to think. And I mean, that cretin helped me. Well, maybe he didn't. He wasn't very happy. It was someone else there. They wanted to help me and defend my free speech last year when Plod came and had a word with me. But they don't want anyone to know that they helped me because I'm toxic, I guess, or persona non grata and public enema number one because I fucking get up people's asses, all right? Set a rocket there and go, boom, you'll never be a woman. And I won't lie. I got given another census form yesterday or the day before because I only gave them a phone number and said I cannot in all good conscience fill this out because you're asking me to lie. And I'm not going to lie on a legal document. So I've been given, well, you can answer some of the questions. And I'm like, you don't know who I am, where I live, and when I, buy toilet paper. Like we're sitting here chatting, I'm chatting to you, and we've all got our spy satellite things, the things that can read us from the satellites. You're watching me on one, it's like they don't know that I'm, mentally ill, living in a state house and, suburbia and poverty in the middle of, a lovely little street. But, like they don't know this shit. The United Nations, where Cindy Hardon said words of violence. I'd really like to do a sketch with a sign saying words are violence and then somebody punching them and going, that's not violence, this is violence. Just a sketch in Minecraft, only as a comedy thing, to, trying to... Honestly, I'm just going to turn the fridge off. My computer is quite loud. And yes, so that's what I came here today. I'm worried about the people who tell us that they're defending our free speech when he can say things like, yes, that's really good. That's good that the Māori Muslims can go and fucking put the legal bash on someone. What? So... by taking away other people's free speech, you're allowing them to punch down now. Gosh, there was a really good part in it that said, how the odds are ever in your favour. They're not always. Simply because our public service and the halls of power are stuffed full of whey-faced lick-spittle toadies from college and university, setting this, wouldn't it be nice if this theory came to fruition? It's a bit like the academics. I wouldn't piss on most of them if they were on fire, promulgating and inculcating people with this nonsense. And it is nonsense. So United Nations have sold us out. They have the temerity to sit in the church covered in rainbow bullshit and ask us, how are we doing? Well, I know how you're doing. The United Nations representative, the Human Rights Commission representative went over and hugged the lady boy in his dress and comforted him from the mean woman's talk. And I wasn't allowed to name and shame Paul Hunt. Well, I did. They know it's Paul Hunt. I said, that man helped promulgate the Yogyakarta principles to destroy women's rights, And they're unelected. I told them they were unelected. I'm sure they're still triggered. Maybe they'll get some counselling for hearing 7 or so truth bombs all in a row. I don't know. But what I do know is men are not women, even if you squint. Hold the faith. We are the storm. Modi order. Never surrender. And we won't. We won't. Oh, sorry, my big fat fingers. There I am chatting away saying, look, I'll give it a few more days, like after Easter. Sorry. Look, I know. Is the sound back now? Sorry, everybody. Sorry about that. That was my big finger trying to do something else, and I've muted myself chatting away. So just saying that after Easter, if anyone doesn't get the message, I'll just keep any money that comes in to one side, and the cutoff will be Easter Monday, and put that aside for the Auckland Marshals if there's any more. But you can stand down, stop donating now. Kui has been sorted, and yes, sorry about that blank bit in the middle where I'm Marcel Marceau. Learning all the time. So love to you all, and stand strong. As I say, we are the storm, coming soon. Never surrender.